Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Underrail. Now, on this episode, we are finally into the game. Now, I know a lot of you were looking forward to seeing this a lot sooner, watching the character screen build for the SMG, and then of course watching the tutorial, which had been brand new to the game. I hadn't seen that before, so it was kind of cool to go through that. The reason I took so long is I wanted to get your opinions back on the sound. I did realize in the last one the volume for the fighting was a little bit too loud for the effects, so I went back and lowered that down, and I think everything's set, so we can start producing these videos a little bit more often, and maybe doing 2, 3, or even 4 of them a week. Now, we're going to go ahead and search the room. This is your first place where you're spawning. It's kind of weird, though. I'm kind of hovering over some of the stuff, and it shows that this is a locker. Oh, behind it. Okay. I was going to say, it's weird how it's kind of showing up on this side of the wall, but I forgot there was a locker there. There's also a foot locker. Now, my suggestion, these are empty. You can store whatever it is you want inside any one of these things. My suggestion, you have 3 lockers. You have your foot locker, you have the locker in the background, and another locker over here. You also have a shelf over here on the side. You want to store things in different areas. I would put components in one, weapons, armor in the other one, potions in the last one. That way you can find things very easy, because what it's going to do is just going to throw them in here based off of how it wants to. And of course you can sort it, and it will, combine everything together. It actually doesn't combine stacks together. You'll have to do that yourself, but it will put them all next to each other. So you can see, oh, I got 5 stacks of grenades, 2 in this one, 5 in this one, and you can put all those on top of one each other, and save a little bit of space that way. I don't think there's a limit to how much you can have in here, so you can just imagine how much after a little while. And you find a lot of stuff in this game as a warrior or as somebody who kills stuff. As a stealth build, you may not find that much unless you pickpocket it. But yeah, you can just imagine how long you will scroll down to find stuff. Now, you got little paintings on the wall as well, the broken pixel. You can look at it, and it says this colorful mosaic doesn't seem to represent anything in particular. And then, of course, you have the little vent over here on the side. You can't go inside your own vent. There are vents later on in the game that you can go through, but you need, I think, an Omni tool to be able to do that. Remember, you do have your light switches. You can click those on. You can click them off. By clicking them on, people are able to see you a little bit better when you're sneaking. By clicking them off, they have a harder time finding you. Some enemies will turn this on automatically. Some won't care too much, and they won't really bother you. You also have a little picture here in the background called the Hanged Rat. And it says, what could it mean? I don't know what these things mean. I don't know if the programmers put them in there. I know I went to a community day that, the Borderlands guys had a Gearbox, and they had little hidden things in there where it was like a squirrel having, something with another squirrel. And they kind of explained why and how it happened. And it was like a Christmas party gag, gift, and stuff like that. And it just caught on. Maybe that's what these things are. Maybe it's from a game that they've kind of come out with in the past. And you have that kind of stuff for you. Now, you do have a little chairs over here. You can't interact with these just yet. I am going kind of slow through it because I want to explain stuff for people who are just getting into it. You need to be very familiar with this room. You're going to come back to it a lot. Not for anything major. Mainly just for the fact that it's going to have really good stuff for you to store, or good stuff, or good area for you should store. Holy crap, guys, I do apologize. We're going to take all of that because we actually need that. It has Rat Hound leather overcoat, mechanical 17, heat 17, and cold 6%. Armor penalty is 15%. That's something you need to be aware of. You will lose action points and movement points based off of how much that armor penalty is. Equipped, your persuasion is decreased by 3, your stealth decreased by 24, and you're immune to burning. So that's kind of nice that you cannot get burned. Unfortunately, if you're going down a stealth build, this is not going to be the suit for you. They do make different outfits that some of them will actually increase your stealth. So look for those if that's what you're going down. But for us, this is going to be fine. We also have a patching kit. This will repair 150 fabric durability to any item that has, fabric as the durability. Some of them have other things like the mechanical repair kit, which will restore 150 mechanical durability. So if you have a weapon or middle armor, this is the kit that you're going to be using for a while until you get the better one. Now let's look in the other locker. We have health hypos. Got 3 of these. These are precious, guys. They're worth their weight in gold. Do not use these to you know, too willy-nilly. Like, you want to hold on to those bandages, also really good to have. You can only use those out of combat, and your health has to be over 40% in order to use that. There is a talent that you can put a point into to have it where you can use this even when your life is like at 10% or 5%. You know, I think it's all the way down to 1%. Anything lower than that, you're dead. This one you can use, and you can use it in a fight. Instantly recovers. This one takes a few times. Every 7 seconds, your health will go up a little bit. This one just recovers that instantly. Unfortunately, you can only use it so many times in a turn. I think it's 6 turns as the cooldown right there. So you have to wait 6 turns in combat before you can use another one, which can be pretty harsh, guys. So we're going to turn on the other light. Now, before we leave the room, we're going to come over here and we're going to look into the personal computer. You can also look into the desk, but we're going to look into the personal computer first. You can see it flashing right there on the screen. It has a little picture that almost looks like a little piece of mail. And that picture will go away when you have no new mail. So if you come into your room later down the line and you see that little picture flashing, it means you just got something new. It won't notify you any other way, so keep an eye out for that little image. Security scope, AC gamer personal. Access level full. Personal messages, or I can exit. So let's look at our personal messages. New personal messages, we got 2 of them. And it will say which ones are new right here. A read message, key card from Wayne. Or we can read message, welcome from Tanner. So we're going to look at the key card one. Title, keycard, author is for Wayne. Hi, I fixed your door, so the keycard should work fine now. If you haven't found it yet, the keycard should be in your desk. See you around. So if you had looked in your desk earlier and you found the keycard, that's the keycard they're referring to. We'll grab it here in a second. Read message, welcome from Tanner. Congratulations, you have passed all the tests we presented you in the past weeks and have now obtained full citizenship in Southgate Station. On behalf of the entire community, I welcome you into our fold. Visit me in the office in the Commons as soon as you've rested so we can discuss your duties in the coming days. So we need to go back down there and talk to Tanner. Let's go ahead and exit out of the terminal, and don't forget to check the desk, get your key card. Now, there also is a compass, easy way to get turned around in the tunnels of Underrail. They do not kid with that. If you don't have a good memory and you're easily confused, man, it's going to be pretty difficult on you. You kind of need to get your bearings. Even with that, even with getting your bearings, it's very easy to get lost out there. A lot of twists and turns, a lot of ways to go one direction, come back another, and not meet up with the same tunnel you went down. I'll explain it to you later as we go through, but yeah, definitely something you need to be considered about. The red needle points to the north. We're also going to get 200 SGS credits. It could be really nice for us because we're going to need to buy a pretty good weapon to start with. I don't think we're going to find one off of one of the enemies very soon. Private quarters key card. This is what we're talking about, so we're going to take all of that, guys. And before we go anywhere, we need to go up into our inventory, and we need to make sure we put on our new armor. So we can double-click that, and as you can see right there, if I take the armor off, double-click on it, my picture, my little guy standing over here in the room, it will actually change. So you do have a look to the new armor. It actually is kind of cool how your guy will change with it, and then once you get better armor, you'll see even more go with it as well. We don't have any weapons yet, but that's okay. That's fine. We'll get those as we move along. Now let's come over here and click on the door. We unlocked it, and as you can see, the lights are all off out here. I don't remember if this was a thing in the other one. I don't think there was light switches out here, but I'm going to turn them all on. You can see that there are security cameras. Again, the security cameras will see you better. Actually, I think they just see you regardless, to be honest. I don't think the lights really affect the security cameras all that much. But you can see they move in a very predictable way, and you can always avoid them if you want. Now, if you have a strong enough pick lock, you can always hack these things. That's 50 hacking. That's computer and not pick lock, I should say. This one is 30 for hacking, which I don't think we have yet, right? I mean, 30 is... Yeah, I think we only have 15 because we're only level 1. Yeah, hacking on both of those is only 15, so or lockpicking as well. So we can't go in those. There's some decent stuff in some of these, and of course you can get through them, fairly easy without being spotted by the cameras. Now I don't know what happens if you're spotted by the cameras when you're picklocking those, or hacking those, I should say. I haven't really seen that happen to me. When I went through it, I was very careful and I made sure to avoid them at all costs. There's a little shower up here. Huh. Can't really use it, but it's kind of cool they added that in there. I mean, it makes sense. If you're going to have a whole bunch of rooms on here, you should have, like, some kind of little shower area. Is this the bathroom? No, it's another shower. Okay. That's cool. I like how they did that. Most video games, they don't ever... Same thing with movies. They don't ever put, a toilet anywhere in their universe. And it's just, yeah, I mean, it's everywhere in the real world, and yet nowhere in the video game world. Now, For those of you who might want a little cheat, a little heads up, go ahead and listen to the next few seconds. Those of you who don't, go ahead and skip past it. It's only going to take about 4 or 5 seconds for me to tell everybody. But this door right here is the one you want to open. This one over here is actually trapped by a bookshelf behind it, and there's some pretty good stuff in there. So definitely come back and get this as soon as possible. And for those of you who are just coming back, skipping ahead, we've gotten past that little part. I didn't want to ruin anything for you. It does look like this elevator got a new facelift. It doesn't quite look the same. It got a new frame around it, I think, and it looks pretty cool. Now, these doors, I'm never able to open these things, but they have actually a hacking skill on them now, 25, so we'll definitely have to check that out. It's really not nearly as high as I think it was before. I think it was like 70-something before. So we can go a lot of different places in here, guys. Lower Underrail station platform and barracks is level 1. You want to avoid that for now. That's going to be later in the game, different quests that lead you down there. The first quest that we're going to be doing is going to be up here for the cave tunnel exit and dock. So that's where we're going to be going very, very soon. You also have all these other places you need to go, and you should check out each and every one of them. Go talk to all the NPCs. It does take a little while, and we're going to try to talk to as many of them as possible, but not right away because I know exactly what we need. Now, armory and shooting range, this is where you used to have to go very quickly to go after Tanner told you what to do. I don't know if that's still going to be in the game because we did the tutorial, but we're definitely going to find out. So we're going to go to administration. Actually, no, we're going to go to the commons and cantina. This is where Tanner's going to be, and we definitely want to speak with him a little bit. There's also another quest that we can pick up while we're in here if it's still there from that Silverfoot or Silverlight. I forgot what his name is. We're definitely going to check that out to see if that's still there. Make sure to keep in mind, guys, though, that these shelves can all be looted, and if there's items in there, you can take every item that's in there as long as the hand is orange. The moment it turns to red, if you loot that and an NPC sees you do it, and sometimes even if the NPC doesn't even see you do it, you might still get, bad faction. And when I say bad faction, I basically mean they're going to attack you and kill you, and you'll have to reload from one of your old save games, depending on whether you have it where it saves automatically every time you zone or every time you travel from one screen to another, which may or not be, recently. There's some big maps out there that you may. Oh, there's a vending machine over here, guys. Never a vending machine over there before. Let's go ahead and talk to some of the commoners. And there's a cat over there, too. How's it going? Oh, wow. They're a lot more friendly than they used to be. Hey, yeah, how's it going, man? Fantastic. They used to tell me to get away. I hear the South Tunnel has collapsed for miles. I guess all the visitors are stuck here for a while. Yeah, I guess they are. How's it going? Did you sleep through the earthquake? I can sleep through anything, guys. Commoner, I hear the South Tunnels. Yeah. And my shift starts soon. What are you doing hanging out over here in the bar? So we can talk to all the commoners. We got a worker. I'm so tired from digging. I can hear you on that one. Let's go talk to the cat. Meow. Yeah, I don't remember their cat being there. We got footlockers over here we need to check as well. And we're going to talk to Arlene. You met Arlene during your test period. She's in charge of food preparation and rationing. Ha! We used to make fun of Tanner's stupidly high standards when admitting. Oh man, guys, I do apologize. When admitting new people, not the end of the world if we get someone imperfect, such as myself. We said, and here you are, bringing us earthquake on day 1. Wow, she's very superstitious still. Jeez, I'm not even gonna try to talk anymore. Oh my God, one of those nights, guys. I just apologize. You just can't say anything right. Very funny. Yeah, I get it. I was kidding. I know you were, because, there's no way you thought I was like a witch or something. Don't take it too seriously. Anyways, what do you need? How bad was it, the earthquake, So what else is new besides the earthquake? And got any rumors? So let's say, how bad was the earthquake? We're kind of curious to see, how much damage was done. For us, not that bad. The South Tunnel collapsed, so the train is out for a while. The station itself didn't suffer any major damage as far as I know. Okay, that's not too bad. I heard it's much worse up north. Something about a Union freighter crashing and getting buried on a side rail near the core, man. I can already imagine all the vermin crawling out of their holes to take a bite of that cake. Oh, jeez, it's a graphic picture for you. And I'm not talking about the rat hounds. Jeez, oh yeah. The creatures in this game are very vicious, and they love the taste of humans. So yeah, keep that in mind when you're out there, guys. So what else is new besides the earthquake? Gorsy's gathering up his squad. Don't know what they're up to, but they're armed. Oh, got any rumors? Apparently, the free drones are becoming more and more active in South Underrail. Some say they have a hideout in the junkyard. I don't think they had that on the last one, the rumor around for that one. So there is a guy up here. You can kind of see him, a little creepy Jack Silver, just hanging out. You can talk to him, and he will start a quest for you. You don't have to do it, right away. You can do it at your leisure. So we are going to talk to him. Haven't seen you around here before. You stuck in this hole now as well? And you can reply any way you want. You can say, no, actually, I'm new here. Why would I be stuck? Or who wants to know? So, like, can I punch you in your face, right? Like, that's the answer that's going to start a fight, basically. I don't think it actually starts a fight. I'm just saying, like, that just sounds like the route to go, because it kind of gives you I'm kind of helpless, I'm new here, or, why would I be stuck? I'm neutral, and then, like, I want to punch you. So it's kind of cool that you got those 3 options. We're going to say no. We're going to be honest with them and say, no, I'm actually new here. Name's Jack Quicksilver. Where are you from, Jack? What brought you here in the first place? What do you do for a living? Are you a trader? Catch you later, Jack. So we're going to ask him, where are you from? I'm not a citizen of any place, if that's what you're asking. I travel around a lot, but when I'm not on a train, I spend most of my time in Core City. So what brought you here in the first place? What do you do for a living? So let's see, what brought you here in the first place? A lucrative business opportunity, but it slipped past me, unfortunately. Let's see, what do you do? Are you a trader? What happened with the business opportunity? So if we ask him that, it's going to lead us down another path. I want to kind of ask him, what do you do for a living, so you guys can see that. Among other things, yeah. Are you looking for trade? Show me what you got, baby. And you can see right here, he has some pretty good stuff. Nothing fantastic. A steel glove, which is not bad for punching people if you're going to be a monk class. You got some weapons in here. You got the crossbows if you're going to go down that route. Not a bad thing to get. This right here, Omni Tool. You definitely need to get one of these as soon as possible. We're going to go ahead and or try to afford it if we can. 60 credits. It's kind of harsh, but we need it. You absolutely have to have one of those. Let's see. HE grenades. We don't really need any of those. You got some boots. Yeah, he doesn't have any of the weapons that I want. Rathound leather armor. We can make this stuff very quickly, so we're not going to do that. We don't have anything to sell him, so we're just going to take the loss. This is where you could offer some equipment in trade, and you don't actually have to spend any money. You can trade equipment for equipment and not spend any money whatsoever. One thing to keep in mind, though, guys, these guys up here who have credits, they only have so much, and if you're trying to sell them a whole bunch of things, if they don't have the money to buy it, they will still take the item from you, but they won't give you enough money in return. So make sure you don't give them too much, and you keep an eye out on that, because you can always get stuff from them. If you need arrows, you can put the arrows in there, and that will compensate you for some of the other things. So you don't necessarily always have to get cash. You can do items, and that's a very, very big part of this game. Make sure you try to do that as much as possible. So when you close that down, it ends the conversation. You're going to have to go back in there and talk to him again. So let's see, what happened to that business opportunity? It's a business secret. Continue. If you're interested in doing some work, though, that's something I can arrange. So what kind of work? What's the pay? So it's kind of like, I don't care what we're doing, delivering, what kind of illegal stuff. I just want my money. Or what kind of work are we doing? I might want to actually find out, how notorious this guy is going to be in the future. Package delivery. I'll pay you in SGS credits. 100 pieces. You interested? Maybe later. Yeah, tell me the details. He beckons you closer. You know where the GMS warehouse block is? No, I just got here. Or yes, I know where it is. So if you say no, he's going to give you a description of where you go. So I'm going to go ahead and go with that. Never mind then. Can't risk you getting lost with the package. In dialogue. Really? Haha, nice. He used to tell you exactly how to get there. Yeah, tell me the details. Yes, I know where it is. First, go to the barracks at the station platform here in the SGS. The key will open up one of the footlockers, and the package will be inside. He hands you the key. We're going to go ahead and hit continue. Take the package to the warehouse block, to the building just south of the GMS compound. A man will be waiting for the package there, and you'll get your money. All right, we can do that. Why don't you take the package yourself? No questions. We will not speak of this again until the job is done. So we're going to end the dialogue there. Now, there is a spoiler here, guys. So again, if you don't want to hear it, you're more than welcome to skip past here in a second. The spoiler is this guy is setting you up. And this quest is actually a lot harder than level 1. So if you're planning on doing this one right off the bat, think again. You're going to die, and you're going to die even more. You're just not able to do it at level 1. Even with the mage, it's not possible. At least not for me at my skill level. So I would suggest coming over here and talking to Tanner before you go down there and do that quest. You do get some pretty good experience for it, and it's a nice quest to do, and something you're going to get a lot of equipment off of the guys you fight. So definitely worth doing that quest, but yeah, a little bit more difficult than you should be doing right now. But it's kind of cool to pick it up now because you will be doing it here in the future, and I just wanted to show you guys that. So back to the game here. Now you can see that there are items here that you can loot. The desk. You need to be sneaking, and you need to make sure that your sneak is high enough level that you will not get caught. You can't even really look into these things without getting yelled at by this guy or even getting attacked. So I would highly suggest that you save your game before you go in here if that's something you want to do. So let's go ahead and talk to Tanner. The man behind the desk is Hadrian Tanner, the counselor who admitted you into Southgate Station. Even during your first encounter with him, he struck you as an unusual-looking individual. Setting aside his impressive stature, one finds it difficult not to notice how his thick, bushy hair and beard envelop most of his head. That, in addition to his opaque glasses covering his eyes, which you've never noticed without him, means that all you can actually see very little of his face and its expressions. His somewhat dirty scavenging outfit, which he wore earlier as well, clashes with the clean, finely furnished office, suggesting that Tanner probably does most of his work on the field. So yeah, he's definitely a hands-on kind of guy apparently. So let's go ahead and hit continue. As soon as he finishes typing, he raises his head and moves to shake your hand. His big hand, tucked into dark brown gloves, makes yours seem like that of a child in comparison, and you especially feel his large fingers to be twice as thick as yours. His deep voice feels distant and calming when he addresses you. Congratulations once again, and welcome to our small community. You're scored very well on our test. No small feat that. I'm sure you'll turn out to be a valuable and respected citizen, but more importantly, I hope you'll find peace and kinship here, which are so hard to come by in the chaos surrounding us. They've changed the conversation here in this game since the last patch. I like it. I like how he's offering you more than just a spot in this area, because before you had no idea why you were here, where you came from. He's actually offering you peace and kinship in a world that is tearing itself apart almost, and that's enough. Like, that's enough reason to devote yourself to one of these factions, because they are offering you that, and that one sentence right there makes the biggest difference. I cannot tell you guys. I'll try my best not to disappoint. I have yet to get to know other Southgaters, but I have a good feeling I'll fit in with the rest of the crowd pretty well. Is there going to be a welcoming party or something? That one's actually interesting. That would be kind of cool if they did a welcoming party. I don't think they would. They don't have a lot of resources around here, so probably not something they're going to get into. Let's see. I have yet. No. I'll try my best not to disappoint. Let's go with that one. That's usually the case, but sadly not this time. The current situation does not allow for one at the moment, perhaps when things calm down a bit. So yeah, they just had a big accident, probably not the best time to be doing that. I hope the earthquake didn't disturb you much and you were able to rest a bit from all the testing, for you have much work to do today. Events have transpired that require your attention. Are you ready for some field work? Heck yeah. Do I get to shoot some stuff? Ready and able, so what's up? As ready as I'll ever be. What's the plan? How much damage did the earthquake cause? So let's ask him that before we get into anything else. Not much damage to the station itself. There were no casualties, fortunately. Regardless, the railroad tunnel has caved in, so we're cut off until the rubble has been cleared up. It is nothing that you should be concerned yourself at this point in time. Now back to the business at hand. First, you can have your weapons back. Lucas at the armory should have it, and while you're there, you might want to drop by the shooting range since you'll be doing some field work today. It might not be a bad idea to warm up in case things get ugly. Speak to Gorski if he's there. He'll help you set up some practice sessions. However, this is entirely up to you. This quest didn't used to be entirely up to you. It used to be the tutorial that got you introduced to how to fight people. Not nearly as well as that last tutorial, so I kind of like that they put that one in there. But yeah, we'll go through it for sure. Understand? And what is the field work you mentioned? It could come in handy now. Field work? I don't need to practice, so let's say understand. Down in the tunnels below our station, just to the north of Crossroad Caves, lies a series of abandoned outposts. These outposts were built by another station a long while ago for the purpose of scouting and defense. In time, they fell to decay. I want you to retake them so that they might once again serve the same purpose. However, in order to do so, you'll need to activate the main power generator that's located inside one of them. Harold from the engineering sector thinks he knows how to get the generator operational, so he should be your first stop after we are done here. As far as I'm aware, there are a total of 5 outposts plus the one with the generator. I don't know if it is possible to activate all of them, but try to activate at least 3. You may also want to talk to Jones at the Crossroad Watch Post. It's down in the tunnels just outside the station. You'll be passing through that way anyways. He's one of the most experienced scavengers, and he's probably seen more of the South Underrail than any of us here. He'll surely have some useful advice for you. How well is this task credited? So basically you're asking how much money you're going to get? Gee, this is a little cutthroat. Why are we retaking these outposts? All right. Let's ask them why we're retaking the outpost. It is an important strategic position should certain factions attempt to encroach further into our zone of control. Besides, clearing them out will also push some of the unwanted wildlife further away from the SGS. So it's also beneficial in that regard. Wildlife? What factions are you talking about? So, I'm kind of interested about the factions because I already know about the wildlife. So let's go with the factions. Protectorate is my main concern. Though I do not expect any military action from them, they're always looking for ways to pressure us into reconsidering our official policy of neutrality. Wow, that's a pretty cool piece of information right there. I didn't know Tanner was against being part of the Protectorate that much, that he's actually worried that they're going to come over and attack him. I never really liked the Protectorate myself, but that's something we're going to get into with future episodes. They are a faction out there that will play a pretty major role in the game at some point. Also, further to the north and to the west of our station, there are organized bandit groups. We're not able to track their movements well, so we should not discard the possibility that they may start operating through the tunnels. Alright, I'll be off then. Oh, and one more thing before you go. Pascal, our station's chief physician, wanted to see you, so you should probably pop down to his office in the medical sector when you have time. Got it. See you later. So basically, he told you to go see every single person you can probably see in the game at one point. So it's a lot to take in, a lot to remember. Unfortunately, guys, we're going to have to go ahead and end the episode here. On the next episode, we're going to go talk to Gorski. We're going to go through the old tutorial, go through a little bit of fighting. Then we're going to go talk to the other guys. I just noticed that there's actually a big 3 right here next to the elevator that didn't used to be there. So it shows you what floor you're on, which is kind of a cool little thing. Before we go, though, I want to kind of come over here and show you there's other things you can do in this area. There's some vending machines over here. It looks like fridges. We can click on these things. No, we're not going to click on those. We're going to click on the footlockers because they are in orange, which probably means there's nothing in them. Yeah. Let's come back here. Kitchen cabinet. What if we close the cabinet? I think we can loot these things now that they're not showing. So we can take that for sure. Cave hopper meat. Cave hopper meat should not be consumed raw. It's much tastier in the form of cooked meals. So we're going to take that because there are people out there who kind of want that for themselves. And we can loot these boxes as well. Nothing in those. What about these shelves? Nothing in these shelves either, huh? Definitely worth checking out, though. Now, what we could do is save it real quick. If you're not sure if it's going to work, and there's a lot of saves in there because that's from my other playthrough. Let's go ahead and save it as gibberish because I don't feel like sitting there naming it. Oh, let's see. Come on. Save it. There we go. And now we can try looting the cabinets. It's a good thing to do before you do anything that might get you attacked. So burgers consumed constitution increased by 1. But it only lasts for, I think, like 5-10 minutes. It's not very long. You do have a Rat Hound barbecue, which is kind of cool, and it gives you 1 strength when you eat that, and you got 2 of those. So let's take all of that. Got a little bit more over here. You got Cave Hopper Steak, 1 agility, and then, of course, you got some more barbecue, so we'll take all of that. Anything else? Kitchen cabinet. Some more barbecue, some more burgers, and a little bit more steak. Yeah, definitely going to use that. It's going to go to good home. Just wish I didn't have to steal it from them, but we did need it, you know. It's going to a better place, I think. Let me go ahead and turn that light switch on. Now there are some rooms over here, some stuff that you might want to consider getting if you you know, are looking for a few items. Even if you don't want to steal, this stuff is perfectly fine for you to take. 7.62 JHP rounds, you got 2 of those, and 5.5mm W2C rounds. Definitely need to get all the ammo you can possibly get if you're going to be using weapons. As far as guns go, if you're not going to be using guns, go ahead and pick up the ammo anyways. You can sell it to vendors, and most vendors are buying that stuff all the time. Certain vendors only want certain things, so you're not always going to have your, you know, you can't just pick up everything and be like, oh, okay, somebody's always going to buy it, because it's just not going to happen. Let's go ahead and check out these barrels. Nope, nothing in the barrel, guys. But again, I want to thank you all for watching. If you do enjoy these videos, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe. Definitely helps grow the channel, guys, and I greatly appreciate it. Also, make sure to leave those comments down below, because I do want to hear back from you guys. Want to know what you guys think of the game so far, and whether you want me to go in as much detail as I've been going into. I've been trying to share a little bit of my knowledge from the past playthroughs that we've gone through as we go through these videos. It's kind of slowing it down a little bit. If you guys want me to kind of skip by most of that and just show you a quicker playthrough to get back to where we were, you know, I can do that for you guys as well. But some of you are coming to the game brand new, and you might want to know about some of these little tips. So again, guys, thanks for watching. I will catch you all next time.